Well, good afternoon and welcome to the final round of the SH Bank MBN Ladies Open, played here at the Suhyup Golf and Country Club. And boy oh boy do we have a compelling contest shaping up this Sunday afternoon. Yoo Hyun-jo, reigning player of the year, taking the lead into Sunday, but she has been surpassed by the unheralded 20-year-old rookie Kim Ji-hyun, who now leads by 2. Kim Soo-ji, rounding out the final group, has this for birdie at the 8th. Lovely try there. Slow start for Soo-ji today. Bogey on her second hole, but got it straight back with an eagle 3 at the par 5 third. So 1 under par for her round. Currently sitting in a 5-way share of third, but very much looking like a bit of a 2-horse race right now between Ji-hyun and Hyun-jo. Suji finding some good form here. 6-time winner on tour, yet to miss a cut this season. Lee Seung-yeon having a pretty nice day out there. 1 under par for her round, coming into the 9th. Just keeps that on the front edge of the green. 10th event of the KLPGA Tour season, yet to see a repeat winner in 2026. Hyun-jo already a winner this season back at Rainbow Hills at the inaugural DB Women's Championship. Would have tipped her to be the favorite with 18 holes to play. She hasn't put a foot wrong today. No blemishes on her scorecard, but some outstanding golf by the rookie Ji-hyun means that Hyun-jo is trailing. Kim Hee-eun 2. She is at the left edge of the fairway, coming slightly down the hill. Excellent shot for Kim. There's still a lot to play for those at the pointy end of the leaderboard. 180 million Korean won first place check, and of course plenty of KLPGA Tour points as well, which has looked very solid all day long. This youngster could stretch her advantage if this goes. Not going to drop. Really played very nicely and actually had herself into a share of the lead with Hyun-jo before a late bogey at the 7th. Championship Sunday, very different kettle of fish, and she'll be buoyed by that confident start to her round, leading by 2. Here's a lady who knows a lot about winning on the KLPGA Tour, Park Min-ji, 19-time champion, the only player to successfully defend this title. And she won it for the 2nd time in 2022. And she is making some putts, looking good, Min-ji. 4 under for her day, up to 6 for the championship, but you just get the sense she's probably a little too far back. Might be running out of holes as well, but good to see Park Min-ji playing nicely again. Over 6 billion won in career earnings, to what looks like the 11th. She's been moved up on this short par 4 today, so it is drivable. Might see an eagle opportunity or two. Good try there for E. A simple 2-putt birdie. Birdie's very much the order of the day. 68 players who successfully made the cut yesterday. Fell out 2 over par. Going to be a slow putt from this segment of the green for Lee Seung-yeon at 9. I enjoy this kind of setup. You give these girls an opportunity to to make a bunch of birdies, to be aggressive. So much more exciting to see birdies being made than ladies having to grind out for pars every hole. Conditions were a little tricky, particularly Friday afternoon with swirling winds, but it looks like it's fairly calm and ideal conditions for these girls as the championship leader steps up to the 9th tee. Driving the ball excellent this weekend. To Suji. Picked up her second top 10 finisher of the season last week at the E1 Charity Open. But that one clatters in and amongst some trees, was pretty near a spotter. He doesn't seem to be all too confident in finding it, so well, maybe a provisional upcoming for Suji. Such an impressive 20 for 25 campaign for this young lady. On the points list, picked up a major title in Incheon, 3 runner-up finishes as well, for 1.2 billion won in earnings. This too also just a little right, no, just a little left, excuse me. And seemed to really settle down in some of that thick rough. Right, so provisional ball. For Suji as her caddy just tries to do a little crowd management. These elevated tee boxes at Star Hugh, so sometimes the spectator's unaware that there is going to be another shot hit. A tee shot like this could really tempt you into trying to take it over that corner, really shortening up that second, but you just leave that club face open, you could find yourself in a world of trouble. That really good second shot. A birdie look for Kim Hye-yeon down on the green. Quick though. That roll out a little. Looks like Lee Ga-young, who is bunkered off the 10th. She was far enough back from the lip where she could get a high read on that one. And what a shot she's played. Look at this from Lee Ga-young. Outstanding shot. One of the best of the week on this demanding par 4. To the long par 3 12th and Lee Ji-hyun 3 after that little 2-putt birdie on 11. Safely finds the target. So important at Star Hugh to just be in the correct sections of these slopey greens, because if you take your eye off the ball, 3 putts they are awfully common. More work than Kim Hye-yeon too would have liked for her part at 9. Oh dear. Those are errors you really can't afford to make when you're chasing. 3-putt from out of the blue, clumsy. Second bogey of the front 9. She falls back to 4 under. Line looks a little heavy for Hong Hyun-ji, who's playing alongside Ga-young. Coming off her second bogey of the day back at the 9th. And, It's going to be a testy bunker shot on 10.
그냥 내가 봤을 때 여기 카트로 맞춰서
카드 빼지도 않나요?
아니
카드 쳐주세요.
Found that first ball, so the second ball is now out of play.
아니 그냥 톡 쳐서 밑으로
Just trying to establish.
어디를 대충 나오는 대로
Can
잡고
she just nudge this one back into the fairway? It looks like
다 나올 것 같으면 그게 맞고
just had
만약에
enough
스윙이
of
될 것 같으면
clearance where she can sort of chop it out, advance it, 20 meters, keep it in the short grass. Don't need to be greedy, try and get it down near that green. So while she figures that one out, Hyun-jo gonna go first. Tough to control it. Coming from this rough to a front pin. Done the right thing there, trying to use that slope. Giving herself an outside look.
그냥 앉아서 제가 한번
이것만 빼면 돼요.
That ball is going to be well above her feet. Could say that's a good break because it looks like just about has a way to get to it. Ji-hyun too not going to waste any time in firm control of this championship, especially if she keeps hitting quality shots like that. Just one of those times you don't want to be greedy. All you're trying to do is just advance it. It's not a shot you practice, I can tell you that. You can always see that happening. You can always get a little bit of help off the cart path, and Suji back in play. Running into the rough, going to complicate the third a little. Uneven stance. Just trying to make sure you catch ball first and then sort of go from there. Can't quite tell from this camera angle, but if she's in that semi-rough, it's certainly a lot better than being in the thicker stuff. I'm sure we'll find out in a couple of moments. Let's jump ahead to 12 and EG Hyun 3 trying to roll in another birdie. Oh, and she has. Look at that. So she takes third on her own. 6 under par for her round. Brilliant going from Ji-hyun. Just making the turn now, Lee Seung-yeon. Demanding start to this back nine, this long 10th. She's in that first cut. She's just far enough away where the seam, that second cut of rough isn't going to be a bother, but you're not going to get spin from here, so really just trying to drop this one on the front fringe and have it chase. All in all, pretty decent effort. She's given herself a chance to save par. I'm sure this is going to be a tricky little bunker shot. And all of it has got to do with that big knuckle that she's going to have to come across. Just so tricky. He's going to shooting away from her once it pitched on that green. She's been gaining a lot of fans this week, Kim Ji-hyun. Certainly impressing many with the way that she's handled herself this weekend. Former Korean Women's Open champion No Seong-hui for birdie on 10. That wasn't a million miles away. Lovely putt. She's quietly having a good day as well. 2 under the card. Some passe for Hong Hyun-ji, and she manages it. Great job there. Made to work, but that's going to feel just as good as a birdie. Guyang after that spectacular fairway bunker shot. Certainly deserved that one. Birdie for Guyang takes her to 5 under. She's a very patient customer, Hyun-jo. She's not going to use the panic button just yet. Just keep giving herself good looks. Keep the pressure on. Don't make any silly mistakes. She's not going to their good speed on that putt, but you can just see the severity of the slope that hole is cut on. And that was tracking backwards as it lost speed. So, tough shot here, off a downslope in the thick rough to an elevated green. Things cut over that left bunker today. There's the overplay, just got a little right, try and get up and down from the back edge. Suji putting for par. She's going to be showing Kim Ji-hyun the line as well, and we saw it earlier from Kim Hae-yeon too. How slippery this putt can be. She's going to be crawling towards the front edge. advantage. Watching somebody putt pretty much identical line. And clearly, you know, she's got plenty of confidence. She's got good momentum. But this is not the time to start pressing. Silly mistakes can happen, and they can unsettle you when you're chasing your first victory. But this birdie would be a huge boost. I tell you what, she's got it, hasn't she? Oh! How has that stopped short? Great putt, though, for Kim Ji-hyun, too. And if you offered her a bogey-free front nine of 32 this Sunday morning before she teed off, I guarantee you she would have taken it. Now to the drivable 11th. And Park Min-ji. Water short and right here. Min-ji does like to turn the ball over from right to left, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. 270 meters, but again, this tee box well elevated, so you get a lot of extra distance out of it. Oh, great shot from Min-ji. Yep, that's A-OK, just on that left fringe. Yeah, Suji's comebacker for her bogey. Oh, that was sloppy. Poor tee shot. Did the right thing, getting herself back in play, and clumsy, klutzy 3-putt drops her to 4 under. Lee Seung-yeon was like a tumbling lie. It's rough. I've seen that a couple of times this week. Just tangling up in some of that thicker rough. A couple of players decelerating with their pitch shots around these greens. She's got work to do for Park. Hyun-jo just mopped this one up without incident. So 9 holes to play and a 2-shot cushion for Kim Ji-hyun too, trying to take down the reigning #1 player on the KLPGA Tour, the rookie in control at the MBN Ladies Open. Par putt now for Lee Seong-yeon at 10, who currently trails Kim Ji-hyun by 4. Oh, well done indeed. Boy, we've seen some lengthy par putts hold on this 10th green. It's played as the hardest hole on the golf course through the first couple of days. Unlikely to change today, you feel. Just look at that skinny target up ahead. For Kim Ji-hyun, 9 holes away from what could be a life-changing victory. Continues her driving exhibition, yet to miss a fairway today. Jo, she will just bide her time, just give herself chances. She'll ask the tough questions of Kim. Just skips into the rough. So yeah, that's going to be in a bit of a downslope, so it could make things a little awkward. Go ahead to the par 5, 13th, and the third shot now of Lee Ji-hyun 3, who's on a bit of a charge. Couple of skips and then he hits the handbrakes. Good shot. Suji just hanging on inside the top 10 right now after that double bogey. Drove it to here on the shortened 11th. An eagle opportunity awaits ENG. The pace is sort of built in with this one. Coming straight down that hill. Just got to get it rolling smoothly through that fringe, and then gravity should do the rest of the work. Just looked a little high, but I feel she's going to get herself up to 7 under par in a moment's time. Hugely advantageous been trying to hold this green and get it anywhere near this flagstick from the fairway cut. Oh, we did see Ga Young hit a fabulous shot from that fairway bunker. You need as much control as you can get to try and keep it in the correct segment of that green. And even though Kim Ji-hyun's got the longer of the two second shots between her and Hyun-jo, you have to say that hers is the easier one, just because it actually looks like she might even be on a bit of an upslope, which is going to help her get a little bit more height. The shot, come down a little softer. Hyun-jo's going to have to manufacture something to let downhill lie in the rough. TV tower, just to the left of it, that's where the flag's cut. She's got some room between the edge of the trap and the pins. She can just take a little bit right, make sure she covers that bunker. Anything on that back section would be a good shot. She'll take that all day, every day. Quality stuff from Ji-hyun.
플레이하겠습니다.
Now Suji just trying to steady herself after that double bogey. Got a good line, the downgrade section of the fairway cut. We know she can get plenty of height on her shots, which is really going to help her stop it on the back edge. Just like that beautiful shot for Kim Suji. So this is the problem when you're coming from that rough. Although the lie looks decent, it's just hard to create spin from a position like this. Tried to pitch it just past that slope, not shy, but keeps it out of the bunker. For the formality of the birdie. Well done. The fans have never really lost their voice, have they, Park Min-ji? Lee Ji-hyun 3 for 3 in a row to take us 7 under par for the day. Oh, she's got it. Look at this charge from Lee Ji-hyun 3. Moves alongside Yoo Hyun-jo at 8 under. Back on 11T, No Seong-hui. Looks like she's going to be refereeing a football match after she's done this afternoon. To leak it right. Okay. A little nervy, but it's an okay spot. starting to pick up on this 11th into the players' faces. One hand off the club for Hong. Okay, dearie me. That's going to be a spot of bother. And the hard 3-14. And the hard-charging EG Hyun 3 on the tee. The poster number and give EG Hyun something to think about. He trails by 2.
샷!
Just gotta work out the humps and hollows for Hyun Jo here on 10. Ready. Pretty good. ENG would love to do exactly what EG Hyun 3 is doing. A couple of groups ahead. She's birdied 10 and 11. Here she is on 12. Just come off that slope a little bit. Just a little. Okay.
좀 넓게 써도 되죠?
Definitely in birdie range now.
다쳐요?
Okay. Kim Ji-hyun, at some point she's going to start to feel that the walls are closing in a little. Well, he doesn't get that sense just yet with a 2-shot lead, but this is for birdie. And that might just be a bit of a nerve jangler coming back for par. A very good second shot indeed from Kim Soo-ji, and nothing soothes the frustration of a double like a bounce back birdie. This putt should just creep a little from right to left as it approaches the cup. Try. She's found it. I don't think she likes it very much. Hong Hyun-ji, what on earth are you going to do from there? Case like Kim Soo-ji had back on 9, she'll just need to get that one back in play. Yeah, with Kim Ji-hyun still little squirming over a little putt for par. Lee Ji-hyun 3 charging hard further up the back nine. This is a big putt for Yoo Hyun-jo, and understandably taking a little extra time with it. Got it. Oh, rock solid. That's the reason why she was Player of the Year last year. It's a vital up and down par save. To the trials and tribulations of Hong Hyun-ji now on the 11th. Almost skipped it through the bunker, but good contact from there. Steady the nerves. Keep the head steady. Let's put a good stroke on it. Okay, center cup, never in doubt. Checks off another hole. Keeps the lead at 2. There's going to be some waiting when they get up to that tee box because the penultimate group still down there on the green. This is No Seong Hui. Send this just over that left fringe, have it kick right and release. Just like that, very nicely played. It's all the challenges. This is the one that has the most titles. ENG, 3 in a row. Not to be. That by the low side. Still 5 under for her round. Some of the best golf she's had all year. There is the ball of Hong Ji-hyun. It's actually not terrible. It's not a long shot. She just has to dump this onto the fringe in front of her because it will release out the rest of the wave. Even though she's on a pretty severe upslope and it's sitting down buried a little. Doesn't need to generate so much leverage because the ground's going to help you. She couldn't make it for 4 in a row, could she? Roll. Really good try from Lee Ji-hyun. Young with an eagle putt here, but send it up over the high point of that knuckle. It'll just rip left on the far side of it. Start to move left from there. Slow down. Slow down. difficult spot she found herself in after hitting that green. Takes care of that par putt, no problems. 4 holes remaining for Suhyup 3. Back to 11 in Guyang. And roll this one in for a birdie. Oh, really good 2-putt for Lee Guyang. So she starts her back 9 with a pair of birdies. In fact, that's 3 in a row. Counting 3 at the 9th to 15. Just opting for the 3-wood, playing for position. Hyun-Ji and her adventures on this 11th hole, hopefully just results in a par. And hard working for it was in the end. Good save. She can finally smile now. As she likes to do, leaves the flag stick in, even on these short putts. This putt, if anything, maybe just right centre for birdie. Nicely converted. So Suhyup going to take herself alongside Park Min-ji at 7 under. Yeah, it's a fun little hole, this. I do like the fact that they moved the tee up today. Just makes things a little bit more interesting. You bring a little risk reward into the equation. Yeah, something to think about. So you get the fans a little bit more excited. Who doesn't love watching a professional trying to drive a green on a par 4, especially with a little bit of trouble around us. You can see there on your screens, water short and right. Hong Hyun-ji showed us what happens if you just bail out a little left across that cart path. There could be doubles waiting for you down there as well. Just a bit of a human traffic jam as well on this hole. Tends to happen to the par 4 drivable. So the penultimate group of Lee Seung-yeon, Kim Min-ju and Kim Hae-eun now set to go. It'll be Seung-yeon to lead this 3-ball away. Second to 15 for EG Hyun 3, shot that plays very similar to the ones that they faced earlier at 9. That should come off the slope a little. It should.
얘가 맞았어.
더
Jung Eun-soo. First look at her today. This is for birdie at the par 5 13th. That back fringe. And straight into the bottom. Well done. She's picked up 5 birdies in her last 6 holes, so they are raining down everywhere here at Star Hill, but it's still Kim Ji-hyun who clings on to that 2-shot lead, chasing a breakthrough title in the KLPGA Tour.
고맙습니다.
Lee Ga-young, after a couple of birdies since making the turn, got herself up to 6 under par. Here she is on 12 Ooh, carrying too much speed to take that slope. Oh, it's trying. Yeah, it's going to come back down. Well done, Ga Young. Such a difference. And that ball that stayed up on that middle level, that would have been a lightning fast putt. And now she's got a great birdie look upcoming. We go ahead to the other par 3 in the back 9. Catch up with Zhang En-su, who's just birdie 13. The player who's on a bit of a run, 5 under in her last 6 holes. Sangui. Very gettable flagstick on this 12th. It's in a little collection area. As you dial your distance in right, you got that little slope past the pin, which you can use. That run out a little right, but she's in the correct segment of the green, so an outside birdie look to come. Hyun 3 for another birdie, this time on 15. Just going to fall away at the end. Lovely try, though. Low round of the week was a 65 carded yesterday. Hyun 3 currently 7 under par for today's final round as we go back to 12 with Hong Hyun Ji. But I was referencing earlier. Everything's pretty relaxed. The top 2 on the leaderboard there.
살고 쳐야겠죠? 살고 치면 되겠네요.
Brilliantly, only missed 1 green today, and she did yesterday. Continues to putt pretty well. It's a fine art kind of balance of what you're doing. You have the lead and you have a bit of a protracted wait like this one back on the tee box. To try and plan, make sure you take on some energy. Keeping the shade as well. Also just take your mind off things, but it's so far off where you need to lock back in later on and execute a shot. Joe, such lovely company. Nice person to have in your group, especially when you're feeling the pressure, feeling the nerves. And down on the green, no easy 2-putt for Lee Seung-yeon. We saw Ga Young struggle to deal with this knuckle between her and the hole. Trying to get this ball to, I feel like it stopped to the top of that slope and then it'll race on from there, but yeah, it was absolutely clobbered. Speaking of quick putts, this is one for Hong Hyun-ji. Just trying to nudge it over that slope and then it'll race on towards the cup, and yeah, such fine margins. That tee shot a yard right, catches that slope, it probably finishes where that putt did for Hong. To clean up for par ahead at 15. Just with the run of holes that final group still has to play, Drive ball 11th. Easy hole location on 12. Couple of par 5s on 13 and 18. You feel the target. E.G. Hyun might feel like she needs to birdie out, which would be a bit of an ask because 11 under par may not be good enough. Seung-hui tries to get to 8 under with this birdie putt at the par 3. Kim Min-ju has had a very average day on a afternoon like this where so many players are taking it deep under par. She's yet to pick up a birdie today after a bogey on her opening hole, but this would certainly help get her back in the right direction. Outside of the top 10, in fact. Ah, but there you go. Well done, Min-ju. Excellent birdie. Taking her back to where she began Championship Sunday. Lee Ga-young for 4 in a row. Steady par though. From the back edge of 14, this putt should turn left early, then stay pretty straight as it ventures down the hill. Good speed on that. Stress-free tap-in remaining for her par. Well done. Really good comebacker for par there for Hong Hyun-ji. Another great save that just keeps her in touch. Birdie now. Suhyup. Just a little bit of right to left in this. Yeah, walked it in with confidence. Good birdie there. So she'll join the group at 7 under. Great third into 13. She will duly oblige us with a birdie. So Park Min-ji 6 under for the day. 3 players now within 2 of Kim Ji-hyun, who's been waiting on that 11th tee for a good 20-25 minutes. Finally set to go. This has to be a layup, surely. She only averages 230 yards off the tee. A 2-shot lead. Balls a 4, and that is danger, possibly disaster. My goodness. I thought she was laying it up with that 3-wood, but a little bit of adrenaline coursing through her veins. I wonder how much of a factor that long wait was. So problems for the championship leader at this drivable 11th. That has opened the door for Hyun-jo. The firepower to get there with just a hybrid. She hits this green. It's game on. That's a little left. Not by much. Actually losing a pretty decent spot there. Short left of the green. Difficult up and down remaining. Kim Ji-hyun still has that club out, so I think he's got the signal back. Whether that ball's okay or not, maybe. Can go hit a provisional just to be safe, as Kim Soo-ji will be last to go. 3-wood for her. Does a lot of work with former Asian Games gold medalist Jae Hyuk Lee, who's got an excellent stable of players. Dedication and practice has certainly been paying off in the last couple of years for Soo-ji. Trying to hit some kind of high floating cut. Got to land softly. And she's done that. And that'll finish the correct side of the ridge. Excellent tee shot. How the nerves now for Kim Ji-hyun. Even a bogey here, I mean, that's going to bring a host of other players back into the title picture. What a response for a problematic tee shot. Now the question is, do you want to find that first ball? I mean, at worst, you feel you're going to make bogey from there. You find that first tee shot, take it unplayable, you might have to go back to the tee. Interesting times. If you're on 11, we'll have to see how it all pans out. Our championship leader, Kim Ji-hyun. Unbeknownst to her, Ji-hyun 3 will not be trailing by very much at the end of his 16th hole. Here she is from 106. Started it left, asking for it to cut. Oh, and cut it does. Excellent shot.
맞았어야 되는데. 좀 부담스러웠어요. 네, 안녕하세요. 좀 부담스러워.
Park Indeed, with that birdie on 13. Got within 2. Dangerous when she can smell blood in the water. Not sure what the next leaderboard is, but she's going to see that we'll take dead aim at this flagstick on the 14th. Done with half a club more.
바람만. 바람 자체가 거의 없는 것 같아.
Poor shot. So we are back at 12. Trying to access this front section. What are we looking at here? Presumably the final resting place of the championship leader's tee shot. Doesn't look awfully appetizing, does it?
호랑이나 한번 해볼래요? 보면 저기 밑에 가면은 소리 있는데 저 뒤로 가면
여기로 들어가요. 여기로 들어가요. 여기로 들어가요. 이쪽으로 가요. 저기 내려갔는데.
못 들어갈 것 같은데.
본인이
여긴데 여기인데.
나보세요. 여기 있죠? 네. 확인하려면 마크하고 해야 돼요.
아, 이거 맞아요.
맞아요?
맞아.
But she has found that first tee shot. I was talking about earlier. That provisional ball that is resting on the fringe of the green is
이거
out
지금
of place.
제가
And whatever
어떻게
decision she has to make will have to be off this first tee shot. And
시던가
look at that.
언플랩을 사서
네, 그래서
가든가
다시 아니면은 후방인데 후방 아니.
수강선을 하거나
네.
뭐 측면구제 나오면 측면구제를 받거나 공에서부터 투클럽이에요. 측면구제 같은 거.
측면구제 하고 지금 또
카트로
받을수록
구제 받으면
네.
그 공의 위치에 따라서 일로
네.
갈 수도 있고 절로 갈 수도 있는데 확률적으로는 이쪽으로 가는
The
경우가
issue here
많죠.
is the fact that, okay, she's
그러면
identified it, clearly can't play it. I mean, look at the thickness of
구제를
that
받아서 이쪽으로 가면
vegetation.
괜찮은데
That's
근데
taken
지금
unplayable.
볼을 위치로 가서는
In which case her
하고
options are
이으면은
뒤로
go back to the tee, if she hit her last shot, or keep that point between herself and the pin, and then go as far back in the other direction as possible. But I mean, goodness, she'll be halfway to Busan if she decides to do that. Just 2 club lengths even get her out onto the cart path, because if she manages to get it out onto the cart path, then she'll obviously get free relief from there. She might be dropping it back on the same side again. Whatever it is, this tournament with one swing has been blown wide open. Looks like, yeah, they're going to go back to the tee. Yeah, from left of that cart path, 2 club lengths, that's not going to get you out. You have to take another 2 club lengths, and by the time you get out a spot where you can play it, you could be hitting your 6th shot. So you have to get back in the cart, go back to the tee, and then try and hit that same shot all over again. So a very bad time for a poor swing. Kim Ji-hyun. Yu Hyun-jo. She's gonna have a go here. Up and down here. She can find herself in the solo lead very easily by the 12th tee. Oh, needed to carry that onto the green. Just didn't fly it far enough. We've stopped here. Am I Can't imagine whatever for. No, keep walking back. I'm surprised that the referee isn't giving them a ride. Nope, there they are. Taxi. And all of a sudden, if Kim Soo-ji rolls this one in, she's going to get to 6 under par. It was an excellent tee shot. To 9 under. Lee Ji-hyun 3, blissfully unaware of the leader's struggles at the start of this back 9. Oh, just a little high. Oh, she's squandered some great chances in the last few holes. And Suji steps in over this eagle putt at 11. Oh, got half a chance. Oh, gave that a mighty effort. Exactly in what you would call birdie range here on 14, so try to pull this one up inside the circle of friendship. Keep going, keep going. Just about okay there for par. This is where a good caddy is absolutely crucial. Let's calm your player down, say, right, let's forget about what's happened. Put a good swing on this one. Give yourself a chance to walk off with minimal damage done. Oh, it's even better than her provisional shot. Nerves of steel there for Kim Ji-hyun. Wonderful tee shot. She'll have that for par. Up at 13. This is No Seung-hwee's third shot. Greens are firming up a little, so expect one big kick, and as long as she clips this nice, she should get some grab. Poor there, you have to say, for a player of her caliber. Min-ji for her par back at 14. Should just be a formality, this one. Indeed it is. Not We want to be on 13, Lee Seung-yeon. We know how quick this putt is in the second half. Su. After that slider. Oh, look at that, just snapped straight right. We dragging nice, just wormed its way left. Tough when you're coming downhill, but you got to putt through some fringe before that. So stick a coin on it. Still no gimme. Drama that has been building back on this 11th for some time. Hyun-jo. Not playing a very good pitch, but still an opportunity to cut into that lead. This is a birdie putt from just inside of 10 feet. Oh. Little. That could have been a two-shot swing. Tell you what, Kim Ji-hyun somehow rolls that putt in for par. This 11th hole will be a big momentum shifter. Seung-yeon back up the slope for her par at 12, not going to go. This is the 17th, and quite a long ways back is where we find Lee Ji-hyun 3. This really would be something special. Ji-hyun 2 for a par at 11, taking unplayable and going back to the tee. And a lovely try, and still going to have to sweat over that a little. We par saver coming up at the par 5. All right, no issues. Oh my goodness, a 4 putt for Lee Seung-yeon. And after such patient, steady golf, there's going to be a double bogey 5, and she could scarcely believe it. Take your time over this one. Don't see that every day, folks. The old 4 putt. Again, just shows you get on the wrong side of that slope. Well, this 12th hole can be a real problem. Yeah, crazy old game sometimes, isn't it, folks? You cover 165 meters with a single swipe, but then you take 4 to get down from about 30 feet. So costly double for Suhyup, ahead to 14, and Hong Hyun-ji. Look at this. Remember, it's a brand new Mercedes-Benz for anyone who aces the 14th this week, and it was about as close as anyone's come. Back to Kim Ji-hyun for what would be, all things considered, a very good bogey. Some bogeys are better than others, and I think what she's going to have to remind herself, standing on the next tee, is she still has the lead. We've got long odds against that. 15 minutes ago. This lady in great position, just short left of the green, and going back to the tee to play her third. But the par will get her within 1 of the lead. Things are certainly tightening up at the top. Just seen your playing partner hitting an excellent tee shot. What does No Seung-hui do on the 14th? He's got 8 iron. Should have just tackled up in that rough near the penalty area. With that bogey from Kim Ji-hyun, Park Min-ji's within 1 with 4 to play. Oh, gets a nice kick and gets it to stop underneath the hole. That's a fabulous shot. Longest par 3 on the golf course. The easiest of the 3-hole locations we've seen this week. At 12, only if you can keep it in that front little bowl. Suhyup can just shake one in from left to right. It's getting easier to try and use that slope. And when you're hitting a little bit of a cut and try and turn a draw against it. Oh, yep, should be good. That should be good. Excellent tee shot. That's off with a birdie too at 14, and that's another million Korean won raised for every birdie made on this par 3 this week. So well done. There's a little breeze coming back into the face. Hyun Joe. Deliberation with her caddy. Certainly, if you're going to miss this green, you're going to miss it anywhere. Short, certainly better than being long. Certainly better than being long left. 7 iron. And that is pretty good. A nice leave there. Almost a straight uphill putt. Suhyup did hang up for No Seung-hui on the 14th. Look at that wonderful touch. It's in. Oh, No Seung-hui. Take a bow. What a shot that was. So close to being in that penalty area, and hey, what do you know? A 2 on the card. Short of the green. And the wheels just starting to get a little bit wobbly here for Kim Ji-hyun. His 2-shot lead has been cut to just 1. In fact, she could have company at the top in a couple of minutes. ENG for a birdie and a share of the lead at 15. No, it's not going to swing from all the way out there. That was a poor effort from Park. I think she'll definitely want a do-over. So things have gotten awfully interesting in the last hour. Ji-hyun still leads, but only by 1. should start to gather pace from there for E.G. Hyun 3. Just had to be a little defensive with that. That's not bad. One of 4 players right now who sit within a shot of Kim Ji-hyun, who is bunkered at this par 3 12. As long as she's not plugged, it's not a desperately complicated bunker shot. That line looks clean on a bit of an upslope, in fact. Expect this one within 6 feet fairly regularly. Oh goodness, almost jars it. What a shot that was. Certainly rather be there than kind of long past that slope. Another look here, pitch it in a perfect spot. Grabbed a big piece of that cup. It'll be a welcome tap in for par for Kim Ji-hyun. 6 holes left to play. At the moment leads by 1, but Yu Hyun-jo with an opportunity to tie in a couple of moments. Up ahead on 17, E.G. Hyun 3 looking to just clean this one up for her par. Having an excellent day on the golf course. 7 under par, not a drop shot. She'll head to the par 5 18th. Jung Eun-soo to inch herself a little closer after that excellent second to 16. All right, she's 5 deep on the day and up to 7 under. Once again, Yu Hyun-jo finds herself staring down a putt for birdie to tie the lead. Again, can't get it to go. A little awkward here from that fairway bunker on the 15th. Quality shot. Suji, maybe entertaining thoughts of a back 9 surge. Fairly straight putt this. It's always looked like it had a little too much pace. Final hole for E.G. Hyun 3. Don't think she can reach in 2, so it'll be a 3-shotter like most of the field. Par 5 13th. We know it's reachable for Yu Hyun-jo. I don't see Kim Ji-hyun having the horsepower to get home in 2. But it is a good scoring opportunity for all 3 players in that final group. EG Hyun 3, Park Min-ji may be running out of holes to try and do something special to capture that 20th title. Oh, this is a shot. This is some golf shot from Park Min-ji on 16. classy player, and the game is better for it when she is in the mix. That is sublime. Here is EG Hyun 3. Get as close to that front edge as possible. Hyun-ji, a slow putt from the front section of the 15th. To start this up the right half, try and turn a little draw off it, get a little extra roll out. Okay.
이제 움직이지 마세요.
Joe, gotta find the fairway here, then and only then can she reach this target. It's a low bullet draw up the right, needs to keep turning. Yep, there you go. How far past Kim Soo-ji is the youngster. Just going to be glad that it's a bit of a wider target here now, playing a par 5. She can just settle herself a little bit. A couple of loose swings on the previous 2 tee boxes. Shake those nerves out. Back to solid golf shots. Peeling off a little right, but still stay in the short grass. On 15. So it comes down here, just falls off to the right, gets to the cup. Oh, just didn't hit it, just didn't hit it. Thinking 4 to have any sort of chance. I just don't see 8 being good enough, not with this quality. It's not bad. Yeah, I just don't see 8 under being good enough with the quality of the players on the top half of that first page. Min-ji, Seung-hui and Jeon-jo, all with holes to play. Speed up here. This is going to fall off low and right. Kind of like that. tee shot of Kim Ji-hyun, in fact, did find the right rough. It really wasn't going to be not much of a problem for her anyway, looking the speed to reach this green in 2 shots. It's just about trying to work backwards from preferred yardage she'd like for her third, and then just trying to calculate back and figure out what to hit. We had a hybrid out a minute ago. Looks like she's going for perhaps a 5-wood. Other hybrids. Ball sitting up okay in that rough. Probably one here, just make sure you're playing your third from the fairway. Give yourself maximum control to try and attack this pin with a wedge. She's done that. ENG for a share of the lead. How many times have those words been uttered in the last 5 years? She's got it. Park Min-ji having a back 9 to remember this Sunday afternoon. Grabs a share of the lead at 9 under par alongside Kim Ji-hyun. Can Suji reach from here? I'm going to say probably about 225 meters. No, it's going to be Yoo Hyun-jo. We know she can definitely reach. Slipping down a little on this, but she'll give it the full send. Flag cut 20 paces on from the front today, so land this on the front edge of the green. It'll certainly chase on back. Turning over a little. Too much, but she's found the green in 2, Yoo Hyun-jo. Gimme 2 putt, but she's up green high.
그냥 노멀하게 쳐도 돼. 안 쳐.
분명 5번 쳤어.
아니 아니야. 5번까지는.
5개 맞아. 여긴 몇 번인데?
13번일까? 자, 나이스.
To hang 9 under par as the target in the clubhouse. Ji Hyun 3 has had a really good day on the golf course. Will she have the low round of the week? This for birdie and a 64. Oh, give it an almighty try, and that has certainly been a Sunday to remember for EG Hyun 3. Going to come up shy in her bid for this week's championship, but it's going to be a nice tournament for her. Great way to end the 65. Under par. Here's the mark. Story developing here. Junior KLPGA Tour rookie sharing the lead with the most successful KLPGA Tour star of the modern decade. ENG with 19 titles, and Suhyup Jo, player of the year, just a shot back. This is Kim's third. Judge that first bounce nicely. Should come off that slope a little. Very nicely played. Took 4 putts on the 12th. Lee Seung-yeon. This would soothe the frustrations a little bit. Birdie opportunity at the 14th. And it's going to go. So after the double at 12, back-to-back birdies, see Seung-yeon back up to 7 under par. No Seung-hui. Coming into 16. She's within 1. Gotta say, it's the last real hard hole on the golf course on this back nine for Park Min-ji. How can she tackle the 17th with the share of the lead? Ooh, just leaks it a little right to some tufty rough at the back of the green, but she's got plenty of green with which to work. Also, with a lot of green to cover, here's Yoo Hyun-jo, an eagle putt on the par 5 13th. You are kidding. Oh, great effort. Really good roll from distance. Surely now she's going to get herself to 9 under. Try. Kim Ji-hyun's excellent wedge is just keeping the contenders at bay. Up at the final hole, Jang Eun-soo with her second shot. Just going to be a layup. Still going to be her putt. And Joe has to get to finally take it to 9 under par. Oh my word. That has gone cold at the worst possible time. Reigning star champion. One of the most frustrating things in golf, the old 3-putt par. And No Seung-hui on the 16th, a birdie chance to make it a 3-way tie at 9 under. Oh, no. That's a big miss from Seung-hui. More Kim Ji-hyun. A little bit of left to right slide in this. Went the other way, and that is maybe still some nerves there with the flat stick. Stays deadlocked with Park Min-ji. This for her third at the 17th. Key here, just keep the acceleration up through the impact area. And a lot of shots come out slow. That is tracking nicely. That's tracking really nicely for Park Min-ji. Superb touch. Back to 15 and Lee Seung-yeon second. Well, she's not out of this championship after those back-to-back birdies. Finds herself at 7 under par. Good look coming up to get to 8. And the final 3 players have made their way to the 14th tee. She's doing what she set out to do. Just stay patient, hit solid shots, give herself chances, but she's only made 1 birdie today. Yoo Hyun-jo. The top 50 players on that leaderboard. That's the fewest number of birdies of any player. She keeps giving herself good looks, so that's a nice tee shot on the 14th. Back to the home hole in Jiang'an-su. Trying to access this back right shelf where the pins cut for today's final round.
하겠습니다.
You see that over 53 million Korean won raised for charity on this hole already. $1 million won for every birdie made at this par 3. Going to be another couple of good looks there for Hyunjo and Suji. Going to add to that total. Thrilling contest Sunday afternoon here at Suhyup with the MBN Ladies Open title on the line.
플레이하겠습니다.
Ji-Hyun last to go. That left hole location should set up nicely for that little right to left draw she likes to hit. Brilliant. Really good tee shot from all three players in the final group. Certainly giving these fans something to cheer about. Good birdie looks coming up for all three. She should know the state of affairs as a leaderboard off the back of the 17th green. Co-leader Park Min-ji on the final hole. Let's go to 17, and the second shot of No Seung Hui off the upslope. Will come off the back shoulder and hopefully gather a little bit more speed. That really is the play of this par 4 today. Use that back rig, that back shoulder, and feed it down close and back live to the 14. And the birdie putt for Kim Ji-hyun to try and separate herself from Park Min-ji, who's on the final hole. Made a birdie since the 4th, Kim Ji-hyun. Never really had a chance on 14. The chance on 15 to get within 1. I just can't believe how much that moves from left to right. Such a severe swing. No time like the present to hole a putt for Yoo Hyun-jo to tie the lead. Another one slides away. Gotta start to frustrate her at some point because she has golfed her ball brilliantly, but just the one birdie to show for it. Min-ji puts a 4 out here. She's going to give Kim Ji-hyun something to think about. Position again for Park Min-ji, but there's a share of the lead. Her final hole up on the green is where we find Jang In-soo trying to join Lee Ji-hyun 3 in the clubhouse at 8 under. Not to be, but it's going to be another top 10 for Jang. Pretty faultless after her drop shot at 7. Ends her week with a 67. Suji is birdie 13. This is for another round 14. Got it. He has got it. Kim Soo-ji, after the double on 9, is really trying to show her class there. And bunched again inside the top 5. Also, after that clever second at 17, has this for birdie. It's going to just fall away on the low side, but I'm not going to see too many players be upset with pars on this 17th hole today. Stay deadlocked with Park Min-ji. 4 holes remaining for the rookie. Suhyup can just clean this one up for her part. Top 10s this season on the KLPGA Tour, season opener in Thailand, and then back at Rainbow Hills at the beginning of May. What faces the final group next, this 15th hole, which doglegs sharply from left to right. Two options here for the players. You could take it over the corner of the dogleg, challenge that far right trap, give yourself a much shorter second shot in, or you just take it out left into the bulbous portion of the fairway and take something from a little longer back. But still, I mean, that's only a 9, 8 iron at most for these ladies. Suji looks like she's going with 3 wood, so it should mean that she'll take it towards the far left trap, which shouldn't be in play with this club.
Okay.
Caddy seemed to like it, Suji liked it, and we like it. Good shot. Deliberation here with caddy. It's not the driver that he got, so she's gonna be looking a little left here as well, and I think that's the sensible play. No need to try and challenge the corner of the dogleg. You don't gain that much realistically. Yes, it is a shorter shot in, but coming in with a fuller yardage, you'll be able to generate a lot more spin, be able to stop it quick, try and get to that left pin. Just stays up in the rough, but the angle looks okay. Driver, no, 3 wood. Kim Ji-hyun. Get the focus right now. Just try and turn inward. Make good swings. Control what you can. Give yourself chances and let the cards fall where they may. Don't get ahead of yourself. That looks like it should stay in the fairway. Big shot coming up for Park Min-ji, who has a share of the lead, but just the 18th to play. Need to get it back there. Is it gonna stay? Oh, it will. That rolls back another foot. She's going to have a putt double, maybe even triple that length. Now, awkward stance for Seong-yeon, standing in the bunker, but the ball out of it on 16. This is very uncomfortable, gripping well down the club. She's going to hit left in a hurry. Ooh, just skirts it over the penalty area, and I think she'd happily take that result. So much could have gone wrong with that shot. Big drive for Lee Hyun-jo, cut the corner, but she's going to be pitching out of the rough. Suji, though, nicely placed, will have plenty of control and a full yardage to that left hole location, albeit with the ball slightly below her feet. Final group of the day in this 10th playing of the MBN Ladies Open.
플레이하겠습니다. 이동 다 멈춰주세요.
What can Suji do? Back with a couple of birdies, momentum back in her corner. Should just be a comfortable sand wedge from 88 meters. Executed well. Over to Kim Ji-hyun, who looks like she's going to be coming out of the short grass as well. She'd love to play a similar shot to Suji. Likes to flight these wedges in a little, I notice. So much for an abbreviated follow through, just try and control that spin. She's got a gap wedge. There's that punchy follow through. Start on a good line. Yep, that's okay. Nothing to write home about, but she's giving herself a good chance. So, even though she's coming out of the rough, the angle's nice. Got to play for a little bit of release. Settle down a little bit. Ooh, it's going to come off the slope a little. Maybe questioning the club selection off the tee now, because that was not her best wedge shot. She's just gone off the boil a little. Now Minji, can she set the clubhouse target for the round of the week? For birdie and a 64. Oh, wouldn't you know it, she's done it. Park Min-ji, a stunning back nine of 31, 64 for the 19-time champion. She reaches double digits under par, and look at that fist pump, just quality, vintage Park Min-ji there, tracked it into the bottom of the cup. Two-time winner of this tournament. Park Min-ji asks Kim Ji-hyun the question, can you catch me? 10 under par. And now the waiting game begins. absolutely sensational round of golf for ENG. I wonder if they heard the roar all the way back on this 15th green. Jo is last to play her second, but will be first to hit her putt. And this is one of those slightly uncomfortable feeling putts that, because you have a little bit more weight on your toes, you know that the ball's going to move left to right, but it's easy to overcompensate for that feeling and overread these putts. But she's also going to have to pay attention to the speed, because this will be working downhill, so can be slippery if she's not careful. Had it online. Good try. But again, it's only a par. So third at the 16th for Lee Seung-yeon. A low scuffle and run. Ball on the ground as soon as possible. Have it roll out like a putt. And that's very nicely judged. So No Seung-hui on the 18th hole. Park Min-ji's birdie a couple moments ago, knocking a number of contenders out of the equation. It's going to be another good week for Seung-hui. Suji, got to keep the foot on the gas pedal with the target set at 10 under par. This for birdie, just drifting off a little to the right. Just on this angle, there's going to be a little bit of movement off the left, but I don't know how much this green tilts towards that low left-hand segment, so it's an innocuously slippery putt that faces Kim Ji-hyun. Settle down. Okay. You can just see how much extra rollout that ball had. Just creeping towards the front edge as well. Back on the 18th, No Seung-hui. Just want to pitch this 2 steps short of the hole. Slam it off the flagstick if you can. That's a bit of an unlucky break, really. That doesn't hit the flagstick. I knew that was going to spin. But still, she'll have a birdie look. Let's have another gander at this one. Lands it, yep. Right about where I said, step or two short. Just unlucky. Punished for being too accurate with Seung-hui there on the last hole. Focus here. Runs to play. Trying to buy one. Chip and run. Lee Sung-yeon should scramble away with par here on 16. She does. I think it's going to be driver for Kim Ji-hyun, but Yoo-hyun-jo, certainly with her speed, driver does bring the water into play, so expect to see 3-wood from her and possibly Kim Soo-ji as well. Like so many of the holes here at Star Hugh, very claustrophobic looking off the tee, but actually you got a little bit more room down there than your eye initially leads you to believe.
플레이할게 이동 멈춰주세요.
The hybrid, Yoo-hyun-jo.
앞에 좀만 조용히 해주세요.
The left half of this fairway, which does mean charging that left-hand fairway bunker, just gives you the optimal angle into the back right pin. And then off the club, is this turning a little too much perhaps? Ooh, just avoids the fairway trap, and yeah, that's a good break. Kicks back down into play.
앞에 멈춰주세요.
Doesn't have to go full tilt at this one, just a smooth driver will do. Target set by 19-time champion Park Min-ji. A sensational round of 64 leaves her as the woman to catch at 10 under par. nicely. And that right-hand rough for Kim. Slightly above her feet, which is going to make accessing that right hill location really tricky. She's just going to look at that TV tower as her line. Good solid shot there, smart. Didn't take on too much and with good distance control. She's given herself an opportunity. Joe has a slight down slope, but nice angle into this pin. Gonna go on the attack now, running out of holes. It's okay. It's just okay. Case for Kim Soo-ji. Got to run the tables from here on in. She's done the first part of the equation on this 16th and just get a nice little holding cut into this pin. No breeze to speak of whatsoever for the six-time champ. Contact wasn't quite as crisp, but she will get away with it. Worked out pretty nicely. No Seung-hui up on the last after slamming one off the flagstick with her third. On 17. Pretty big tee shot, just has 124 left to this elevated green. ENG just trying to stay loose in a pretty good position, you have to say. How important is that birdie on the 18th hole going to be come day's end? Almost 2 years since she last lifted a trophy on the KLPGA tour. She's had her battles with health issues, swing issues as well, and it's an excellent playing today. Has given herself every opportunity, picking up a record-breaking 20th tour title. Still a lot can happen over these closing holes. Really going to come down to whether Kim Ji-hyun can hold her nerve and find any sort of late rally. Remember, hasn't made a birdie since the 4th hole. It will be the turn of Yifan Jo, who is the only player in this group, this final group, bogey-free. She's currently playing the worst because she's only made 1 birdie. Tries to double that tally. It's putt from the back edge of the 16th green. She's moving a little bit up the hill to start, and then fairly flat. The spot around the cup, and if anything, I want to say that there should be a little bit of right to left in this, but chances today. You feel law of large numbers. One of them has to drop, and it better be sooner rather than later. Last year's points winner on the KLPGA Tour. What a good putt again. I mean, smooth roll, but just nothing going her way this afternoon. Up to 17, and Suhyup with a lengthy birdie putt that will be pretty zippy in the last third of its journey. Just expecting that ball to stop about 8 feet short, and it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. For birdie to grab a share of the lead. Give it a great try. And she has been pursued for most of this Sunday afternoon, but with that finish from Park Min-ji, she is now the pursuer. Lee Young over there to just offer some words of encouragement for her friend and colleague Min-ji as she continues to just stay loose from that practice putting green out in the front of the clubhouse. So try to run the tables. This is just to keep those narrow, slim chances alive. Trying to take it to 8 under par, put herself in the group alongside her playing partner, Jo and Seung-Hui and Ji-Hyun, who are already done and dusted for the week at 8 under. Looked like the most convincing stroke. I mean, she almost actually double hit it. Curious little putt from Suji, but it's going to be a par. She's got to remind herself that this is her rookie season on tour and she is playing some absolutely sublime golf. So the birdie opportunity is going to come by on 17, but 18 being a par 5, she'll like her chances there. Still very much in this fight. Suhyup. Pars all round for the final group on 16. She certainly knows where she stands.
너무 이뻐 보여요?
Got to like her chances.
땀 나오겠네.
There's a big old scoreboard in front of you, Minji. Why are you watching the screen? Goodness me. She looks down that screen. She will see Lee Seung-yeon just trying to clean this one up for her par on the penultimate hole. Suji will lead us off on the 17th. You see, it makes its way uphill, as does the closing par 5 here at the Suhyup. She's got a bit of an advantage here with her speed. Third longest hitter on tour back in 2025. Getting up to that second level of the fairway, really shorten up that second shot. Very strong right-hand grip. Suhyup, it's a pretty shut position. The club face finds itself in at the top of the swing, but she does reroute it nicely to square it up at impact. Just hugging the left edge. It's going to be fine.
번 티에 오면 올라갈게요. 죄송해요. 멀리서 저기 있을 테니까 멀리서 찍어주세요. Hasn't had her best stuff this season. Lee Seung-yeon. Still early days. cuts in the last 3 weeks for the one-time Tour champion. And ultimately, got to feel that 4-putt on 12 really was the big detriment to her charge. Take that out, be great, and she'd be at 9 under par. But if it's a very small word with big meaning in the game of golf. As the final group of the day march themselves up this 17th hole. Suhyup needing to find at least one birdie in these closing 2 holes if she is to force extra time with Park Min-ji, who has been down in the clubhouse for almost half an hour now. Hanging that 10 under par total as the target. Catch me if you can. The place you obviously don't want to go on the 17th is that deep bunker. You can see the 3 bunkers short of the green. The one on the left is rather cavernous, and if you do happen to find it, in the bottom part of it, you can barely see the top of the flagstick. So that'll be the big no-no spot for Kim Ji here. We've seen this a bunch of times already this week. We know the play. Just take it long. Get it to come back off the slope, even if it doesn't, much easier up and down from over the back of the screen than anywhere else. Pretty good shot, carrying a little bit of heat. Don't think that's going to come back, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine for Kim. Just by missing that fairway left, it's going to make the task of holding the green that much trickier for Yoo Hyun-jo, especially with that ball sitting down a little, which it appears to be in that left-hand rough. Try and just move this up in the stance a little. Try and get this to come out a little higher and softer. That thing was coming down with snow on it and still releases a good 35 feet past. But good shot though from that spot. Suji last to play, hoisted as high as anyone on tour. She's going to need every bit of that to stop this one within 20 feet. Pretty nice, well played shot from all 3 players in this final group.
Okay, well, for Kim Ji-hyun, task is get this one down in 2 and then find a way to make 4 on the closing hole. You don't want to try and force the issue here on 17. Make a silly mistake like a clumsy 3-putt and effectively hand this championship to Park Min-ji. So half of this putt will be sort of gently downhill, and the last half it'll really start to race away from her. You see that there might even be a bit of double break in this. Like it wants to go right in the first portion, but then that second part when it starts to come down that hill, it should want to come back the other way. But the great Bobby Jones used to say, speed is 3 times more important than line. Never was that more apparent in this situation right now for the 20-year-old Kim. Easy ball. That is not what she needed to see. Things are looking pretty good for Min-ji as Ji-hyun 3 comes over to congratulate her on some excellent playing. How about the rounds that those two put together? 15 birdies, not a single drop shot between the pair of them. And a slightly different case for Yoo Hyun-jo. I mean, much like Kim Soo-ji in the previous green, she's got a birdie everything coming home, and she's not a player that comes to play for second place. So I expect this one to be given a bit of a run, even though, as Kim Ji-hyun demonstrated earlier, it is innocuously quick. Lovely try, but that one also gets away from you. Kim Min-ju's had a pretty ho-hum day, just one birdie against one bogey. Here she is on 18. Could end her day with a second birdie. Wonderful shot there from Kim Min-ju. Suji. Slick one here. Again, this is just one of those putts you're trying to hit in your mind, trying to make it go about 8 feet, because you know that it'll slide away after that. the final hole. A couple of short birdie putts for her two playing partners, but Lee Seung-yeon will have a crack here to try and end her championship inside the top 5. Oh, it's not going to stretch. It was a tentative stroke. This is basically the tournament right here. Kim Ji-hyun. Just needs to go and kind of somehow make 4 at the last. Got to play it with pace, take the break out. It's easy to hit putts a little firmer when you're nervous. Oh, just wiggled a little on her, and that could be fatal. A 3 putt at the worst possible time for Kim Ji-hyun. She now slides back to 8 under. Just right there, moved a little left. Fair, she hit a solid putt, but never should have had that long coming back for her par. What must be going through her mind right now? Was in control of this championship round the turn. It was just slipping through her fingers as Lee Seung-yeon looks to mop this one up for par before her playing partners hole out for their birdies. Ultimately left to rue the untimely 4 putt on 12, but ends the week as she started with a 70. That'll be a share of 6th for Seung-yeon. Yu Hyun-jo. We've seen that ball just move a little left. So maybe just a right half putt for Yu. Oh, and that one went the other way, and she comes unstuck as well here on 17. Ultimately proving to be a pretty expensive hole. With the top 2 coming into Sunday. Ji-hyun's bogey dropping her back to 8 under. Hyunju's bogey dropping her back to 7. Say she's odds-on favorite to finally getting her hands on a trophy again. Park Min-ji. A long wait for her, but I just get the sense that there's going to be a couple of tears when all is said and done. Suji for her par. Drop shot from Kim Ji-hyun, Kim Soo-ji. Birdie on the last, could potentially grab a share of 2nd place. Min-ju. Gotta say this is just a little formality for her birdie. Yeah, well done. Nice playing there. 3rd and final birdie of her round. Ends with a 71. Player hangs 6 under. And knows she's close, barring an unlikely hole out. Champion for the 20th time in the KLPGA tournament. That'd be something.
다른 선수 있는데 에릭 폴 이런 거보다 해외 경험 해보고 싶어요. 같이 할까?
Player who has had to go through a lot in her career, the highs and the lows. Wins, my goodness. And if she continues to play the way that she has this Sunday, I have to say she's not going to bag another one or two before the season comes to an end. Just get the sense that the wind's gone out of the sails of the three players in this final group. It was looking pretty compelling and pretty competitive around the turn, and then just three players have had their issues. Suji with a double at the 9th, Kinju with a nice cold putter, and then obviously Kinju here with one poor swing on 11, letting a host of other contenders back into this championship. Followed up with another bogey on 17, so now 2 back at 8 under. Suji's played the back 9 well, 3 under par since turning. Joe. That's maybe more frustration unleashed on that tee shot. It's well up there. Got to give herself some kind of chance here, Kim Ji-hyun. Find the fairway, lay it up, and then try and hit the shot of your life for that third. No matter what happens at the end of play today, I think she can be very proud of the way that she's handled the nerves. Championship Sunday, this 20-year-old rookie. Even like that's a fraction left. Yeah, that looks like a pretty heavy line, that left rough, so it'll complicate the matters slightly for Kim. Just had a sense when Minji hold that putt on the final hole for that 64 that that could very well be the defining moment in this championship, and it looks like it certainly played out that way. Yes, there were some mistakes from Hyunju and Ji-hyun on the way in. Take nothing away from the absolutely majestic round of golf that Minji put together to be in this position. 101 weeks since she last won on the KLPGA Tour. Certainly been worth the win. 20-time champion in South Korea. birdie putt we were talking about to set the mark at 10 under to post the low round of the week. Sensational stuff from Park Min-ji. It never looked like missing, did it?
지금 라이브 아니고? 근데 옆이 라이브라. 모든 놀라면 근데 이거 할 거, 우승할 사람이면 이거 하지.
In that left rough, not only is the lie at first glance pretty poor for Kim Ji-hyun, the angle for the layup, since the hole does dogleg to the left, she's hitting into a pretty shallow portion of the fairway, so it's going to be a little awkward and uncomfortable. So just break down the task here. Ensuring you're coming into this green from the fairway. That's priority number one. To send it over the corner of the cart path. So pretty brave spectators right up there. What you would think is going to be the start line. Going out a little right, needs to get down. Yeah, should just stay short of the semi-rough. Suhyup, she's thinking birdie here. So, second place, thank you very much. Pick up a couple of extra points, a little bit more cash. That just drifts into the thicker rough, so make things a little bit more complicated for that third. And the last to go, Yoo-hyun Jo. Awful close to the front edge of the green. I told you she could hit it a long way, and yeah, that's okay. Tremendously likable character, Yoo-hyun Jo. Great personality, effervescent, and she's got plenty of talent. And a pretty handy golf game to boot.
올해 목표는 드림투어 랭킹 1위고요. 올해 꼭 연말에 시상식 가서 드레스 입고 싶습니다.
해야 된다. 흥분하지 말고.
So here it is then. Last throw of the dice for Kim Ji-hyun. Final hole. Third shot into this par 5 18th. ENG 2 ahead of her. Needs to hold this to force extra time. If not, Park Min-ji is going to be a champion on the KLPGA Tour once again. Gave it a mighty fine try. It's a good shot. She'll have that for birdie. But it is going to be Park Min-ji, a winner for the 20th time on the KLPGA Tour. 103 weeks removed from her last tour title. The wait is finally over for the most successful golfer ever on tour. What a feeling it must be for Park Min-ji. Kim Soo-ji's caddy has run all the way up to the green to see the surrounds. Just see that ball nestle down a little, so it's a releasing looking lie for Soo-ji. And even though that ball's cut on top of a plateau, I don't think we can land it on that top step because it's just going to go bounding on towards the back of the green. So has to throw it into the slope, a couple of paces short, then just hope it skips up nicely. Some of that rough just grabbed the hosel, twisted that club face closed. Joe, not going to be a second win of the season for her. It's going to be the 10th different winner in 2026 on the KLPGA Tour, but another great week for players really becoming one of the up-and-coming rising stars of the game here in South Korea, following in the footsteps of former Player of the Year, EA1. Joe. See by the side of the green here that camera angle there just gives you an idea of the severity of that false front. The gradient in it. I think she definitely doesn't need to try to run it up that slope. She can sort of pitch it halfway there, 2/3 of the way there, then just have it trundle along from that landing spot.
SH 수협은행 MBN 여자 오픈의 파이널 라운드 지금 23조 소개해드립니다. 먼저 동부건설 소속의 김수지 프로입니다.
Nothing disastrous, but just has been a little loose.
다음으로 SBI 저축은행 소속의 김지은 두 프로입니다. 그리고 롯데 소속의 유현조 프로입니다. 마지막까지 투혼을 보여주고 있는 프로들에게 격려의 박수 다시 한번 부탁드리겠습니다.
Wasn't able to take advantage and has only made one birdie today. And Joan, ultimately, that was her downfall. Suji will be first to putt for birdie. Gonna ride the ridge a little bit in the first portion of this putt. And will be just creeping off from left to right, slightly downhill as well at the end. At the moment, running in a share of 5th at 7 under par. On that good try. So it's going to be a top 5 finish for Kim Soo-ji here. Take plenty of confidence into next week. There'll be a little disappointment in her camp this evening, but I think once that subsides, she's going to be very, very happy with how she's handled herself throughout the course of this championship. Now, Yu Hyun-jo going to get herself back to 8 under par. Sort of sums up her day, really. Never quite good enough. And for a player who would have been tipped as the odds-on favourite to close out the victory here, it's going to be a disappointing 72 when all is said and done for Yu Hyun-jo. It's her championship at 7 under. Top 5 finish. Second on her own, so it would sound a whole lot better than a 3-way tie with Lee Ji-hyun 3 and No Seung-hui. A lot of players miss this putt high. We know it wants to turn right at the cup, but just those last couple of feet just seem to straighten out a little. This would be a nice way to end the week. Come on, Ji-hyun, roll it in. Yes. Oh, well done. Well done indeed, Kim Ji-hyun too. That'll be a solo second place finish. Great birdie on the last, ultimately coming up just 1 shot shy. Well played though. Her best ever result as a professional runner-up at the MBN Ladies Open. She deserved that, the way that she played all day long. She'd be left to rue the poor swing on 11 and the clumsy 3-putt on 17. Ultimately not to be her day. Now hopefully the final stroke in this year's MBN Ladies Open. Indeed it is. Kim Soo-ji signs off with a closing round of 70 for a top 5 finish. Finally, Park Min-ji a winner again on the KLPGA Tour.
네, 여러분 SH 수협은행 MBN 여자 오픈의 우승자 박민지 프로입니다.
For Min-ji.
여기서
Players, caddies, staff, all there to congratulate the living legend. Who will now get set for the ceremonial water bath. And there we go. After 20 KLPGA Tour victories, this is going to be one of the sweetest. Oh, there were doubts. There were worries over the last 2 years whether she was ever going to win again. Coming off her worst season as a professional with no victories in 2025. There is joy, there is jubilation. I think there's a little bit of relief as well for Park Min-ji. 20 tour titles and, well, the small matter of 180 million Korean won as well. What a performance, what a Sunday from this amazing talent that is Park Min-ji, the winner of the MBN Ladies Open for the third time in her career. Congratulations, Park Min-ji. One more look at the moment that sealed the deal over an hour and a half ago. Min-ji's 8th and final birdie of Championship Sunday en route to a 64. Low round of the week and ultimately good enough for the title here at Suhyup. Certainly happy days for Park Min-ji's fan club. It's been a wonderful week here at Suhyup. Many congratulations, Park Min-ji. It's the MBN Ladies Open, and she's heading to a very happy hunting ground next week at Songmunang Golf Club. We will return for the Celtrion Queen's Masters. Lee Ga-young will defend, but Park Min-ji, the only player to have won that event 4 years in a row. With the monkey off her back, a lot of pressure taken off, and she's going to be certainly one to watch. The KLPGA Tour, it's over for the Celtrion Queen's Masters in a couple of days' time. Victory number 20 for Park Min-ji.
아 진짜요? 감사합니다.
So final confirmation there, Park Min-ji a winner by 1 over the rookie Kim Ji-hyun 2, Lee Ji-hyun 3, and No Seung-hui sharing 3rd. Congratulations, Park Min-ji, on your 20th KLPGA Tour title. That'll do it for our coverage this week from Suhyup. Join us next week when we return with the Celtrion Queen's Masters. I'm Timothy Lowe. Have a wonderful Sunday evening, and we'll see you next time on the KLPGA Tour. Bye-bye for now.
네, 들립니다. 감사합니다. 네, 평소에 연습할 때 20승 하면 어떤 소감을 말할까 늘 생각을 해왔는데 오늘은 정말로 생각지도 못한 우승이어서 뭐랄까 아직 20승을 한 기분이 아닙니다. 그러니까 한 것 같지 않습니다. 실감이 잘 안 납니다. 많은 분들이 들으면 웃으실 수도 있지만 사실 시드가 올해 없었어요. 내년에 이제 작년에 우승을 안 해서 내년에 없는 거예요. 그래서 시드가 없는 부담감이 이런 거구나도 솔직히 생각을 하면서 플레이를 했고요. 작년이 유일하게 우승이 없던 해여서 다시 우승을 하기 위해서 또 책도 많이 읽고 제가 지금 저에게 불필요한 게 뭔지 필요한 게 뭔지를 파악하고 계속 연습을 했는데 이제 저 말고도 죄송해요. 너무 우승을 오랜만에 해가지고 죄송합니다. 근데 많은 분들이 정말 응원을 많이 해주셨어요. 그래서 이거는 정말 제가 만든 게 아니고 저를 응원해 주신 많은 분들 덕에 우승을 했다. 이거는 저 혼자였으면 아마 우승은커녕 지금 이 자리에 있지도 않았을 겁니다. 어떤 날은 30등으로 시작해도 60등으로 시작해도 첫 홀부터 떨릴 때가 있었거든요. 근데 오늘은 그냥 첫 홀부터 하나도 안 떨리는 거예요. 그래서 오늘 왜 이렇게 긴장이 안 되지? 이런 마음과 또 제가 투언더니까 선두랑 타수 차이가 많이 나서 그냥 너무 편하게 쳤던 것 같아요. 근데 사실 16번 홀에서 너무 궁금했거든요. 제 등수와 이제 위치가 어딘지 궁금했는데 절대 안 알려주더라고요, 캐디 오빠가. 그래서 그냥 열심히 내 거나 치라는 얘기구나 하면서 끝까지 마지막 홀에 여기 올라올 때까지 스코어 보드를 보지 않았습니다. 네. 네. 일단 16번 홀이랑 18번 홀이 좀 쉬운 피니치였기도 했고 그냥 무조건 연장전을 생각하고 계속 연습을 했습니다. 그리고 우승이 아닌 2등이어도 너무 잘했다. 우승을 향한 길이다 라고 생각하면서 그냥 마음 편하게 있었습니다. 네. 제가 2017년 루키 때 막연하게 20승을 하고 은퇴하겠다라고 했어요. 근데 이렇게 빨리 이루게 될 줄 몰랐고요. 저를 보고 자라는 많은 선수들이 저와 같은 길 혹은 저보다 더 대단한 길을 걸을 수 있도록 제가 그 앞에 서서 열심히 후배들을 위해서 또 다른 많은 분들의 모범이 될 수 있는 선수가 되고자 합니다. 그래서 그런 마음을 가지고 플레이를 할 거고요. 또 제가 사실은 20승을 하는데 가장 큰 역할을 했던 게 저희 NH투자증권 윤병훈 사장님이시거든요. 제가 우승이 없을 때도 뭐 약간 아프거나 뭐 시합을 못 나올 때도 계속